Hey there, buddy. So it's a beautiful morning, mid-40s here in Michigan, and we're gonna try to plant these onions and snap peas out in the garden. They've been growing inside, and the last few days we hardened them off on our front porch, which is facing south. And it's basically a 3-day process. The first day you put them out for 6 hours, the next day you add 3 hours, and then the next day you add 3 hours. So 3 days adding 3 hours each day. I don't really like to put too much more thought into it than that. So these look a little less green. They look like they're kind of stressed out a little bit after maybe being hardened off. Little pale, yeah. And so we are gonna add fertilizer to the beds just to kind of help them out. Plus I want to grow really big onions and or at least give them the best chance they can. So this is a lot of onions. We did probably a quarter of this last year or less, but we ran out, we used them all. So I'm just going to brief Kayla on what we're doing, and then I'll take you guys along. This bed and this bed are gonna be onions. Yeah. And the ends of this and the ends of that, which I didn't prep those, but I was thinking maybe these two varieties can go on the ends of those.
Because there's not as much?
Correct.
Okay.
It might just be, they're all together kind of thing. And then we could start with like that big variety here in this bed.
This one?
Yep. And then, candy. And if we have to, I have the third bed down there full. That was supposed to be potatoes, but I'd rather put these in and not do as many potatoes. Last couple years we've done them 4 to 6 inches apart. And I use these cutoffs of this cattle panel and to kind of as a marker. And what we're gonna do, Kayla, these onion plants just get separated. I might water them first. They separate pretty easily. And I think what we're gonna do is just lay them in the trench like that. I think it'll be, what we've done before is kind of dig a hole, poke them in and bury it up. Not too deep. You kind of want the root or the bulb, the roots to be covered and the bulb to grow on top of the soil. So if the bulb's a little bit low, like even with the top of the soil, that's okay, because some watering will expose the bulb and you want the bulb to not be under pressure. You'll get smaller onions the deeper you bury them, because they'll be under a lot of pressure, the bulb will, but you'll get more of the stalk turn white. So it kind of depends on the depth and the variety, obviously, but these ones we're gonna not plant very deep. They're all bulbing onions. But I think, I was thinking about putting like a thing of fertilizer in each row, or should I just work it into the soil? Probably be easier to work it into the soil. Let's do that.
It'd be more spread out.
So we're gonna use this trifecta. It's a 5-10-4. The only other fertilizer I had was 4-4-4, and the 10 is for a root development. So I'm guessing this might be better for alliums. So I'm just gonna, like, in this size area, maybe I'll do like a cup. I don't know, maybe just fill this bucket. It doesn't really say square footage, it just gives you per plant, and it says 2 tablespoons per plant, and I'm definitely not doing that. I think it'd be faster just to lay them in every 4 inches, kind of thing. You can kind of help them up, I guess.
Okay.
Or squeeze them up. And then you have a row for the next, I don't know, you'll figure it out. So I already prepped these beds, which means I broad forked them. I added a layer of that garden soil / compost. So it's nice and loose. Onions like a rich organic soil to grow in. Close to where we live, there's some big onion farms. They grow onions and oh, it just smells amazing, just crop fields of onions. And anyway, the dirt is just black dirt. So maybe I'll have to go take a picture of that sometime, next time I'm over there. Guess the sand hill, right? Yeah.
Oh, crane?
Yeah. Or Fisher or whatever.
Yeah. Kingfisher.
I don't know. I'm not that old yet to know all the birds.
We really did like that movie though about birds.
Oh, we did.
That was a really good movie.
Jessica said the other day on her YouTube channel, she said, I got a book to look at what the bird sounds are. And I thought, oh no.
I watched that one. That was funny.
I said, oh no, because I thought, oh yeah, that's something I'll eventually have to learn. I kind of know I have to someday. So yeah, we used a bunch in pasta sauce and we ate them and, stir fry and all that stuff. fresh onions in the summer, in the fall, but then the ones we had left extra did not store very well. They kind of rotted a little bit, so certain varieties we found out store better than others, and this variety does not store well, Candy, but it's really good. So we're still growing it. But then the red we got Red Zeppelin and Red Nugent. What's Red October? Red October is what we did last year. So we've tried them from sets. Some people still swear by sets I talk to. I can't, they say, I can't grow them from seed. I do sets, and I just did not have that experience. Last year, the sets did not get very big. This is a lot more fun because you can get whatever variety you want right from seed. And it gets you growing into February in the early season. We are going to extend into this bed here. I did have a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left over from last year that kind of made it through the winter on their own. They'll probably go to seed. We were just noticing how these seedlings from where we got the seeds from Ivy Garth, they're very healthy. They have a lot of roots, and I don't know if it's just the variety or the quality of the seed, but actually, you know what? When I ordered these seeds, I kind of hopped on Jessica's order, and she ordered them with her begonias or something else she was ordering from Jocelyn, and Jessica actually ended up paying for them for me.
Really?
Yeah, she didn't let me pay her back for some reason. So technically Jessica bought these seeds for us.
We'll have to give her a bunch of onions.
I don't know about that. She can grow her own. She's growing flowers.
She can't. She's got bunnies and stuff that eat everything.
Oh, she's got a creative brain. She can figure it out. Actually, I told Jessica the other day, I said, Jessica, you spend all that time growing begonia leaves, but you could just grow lettuce leaves instead, and then you could eat them. Let's go like a little closer together then to get all these. And then we'll maybe leave room at the, we'll go like,
Can we move those over?
no, I don't mind. Hold like one. We don't got time for that.
No, we don't.
2. So we got them all done. This is 1 bed, 2, 3. They kind of look, all falling over, but they'll pop back up. We did space them out a little bit more than we did last year, and then we did the ends of these beds. So we have of onions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 technically. These 2 are mixed with garlic, and then if you go over here, these are all onions also. So these are Walla Walla. There's some red October in there, and then those are all leeks actually. So alliums, not all onions, but that'll be a lot of onions, and hopefully it'll be a nice pleasant aroma when you walk through the garden when you first come in. We didn't get to the snap peas. The snap peas are going to go along that fence. I have a planter box, so I'm just going to put them inside the greenhouse. It is a little cold out here, which they'll love, but I'll probably try to come out late and do that. So I might not film that, but it's basically got to clean that bed up, and they climb along that fence. So it's kind of nice. I cleaned the greenhouse and got a place to put stuff. So this is the first thing I'm putting in there. There you go, buddies. We'll see if the mice are still in here somewhere. There's plenty of there's like a little bunch of mice hotel rooms, you know, on that side, which is nice because I didn't have enough plywood to do the whole thing. I just kind of did feed bags. I stapled them up to kind of prevent the dirt contacting the wood a little bit, but I think that'll be a nice little home for some mice or some spiders probably. So we might have to fix that. So that's that. I'm not gonna water because the soil was pretty damp because it just rained. I might come back tonight and water. I think that was about close to 400 onions, and we did have one more tray that I kind of messed up. Otherwise we would have had a lot more. That other tray had the most in it that I messed up, but we can buy more from the greenhouse. I plan on at least trying a couple new varieties, so we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.